In a beloved S-shaped strip of land, Vietnam is a multi-ethnic country with 54 distinct ethnic groups living and fighting together for national construction and defense for thousands of years. In this historical process, culture has generated an invisible power for the country. The combination of 54 ethnic groups has created Vietnamese culture as a colourful, bright, but simple and close picture. Each group represents a unique colour gamut, contributing to the flawless picture. When visiting Vietnam Museum of Ethnology and the windy capital of the ancient northernmost Vietnam base, people can feel great happiness as if they were going along the length of the country. After more than 50 years of establishment and development, along with professional development, the organization and staff structure of the Museum of the Cultures of Vietnam's ethnic groups is constantly growing in terms of quantity and quality to complete all the tasks in this new period of development. Early organizational structure of the museum had one officer, Mr. Win Quan. So far, the museum has maintained a stable organizational structure, including the board of directors, 7 professional rooms, and 1 cultural service center. The department and its various professional groups are working together and are capable of coordinating and expanding relationships with local partners as well as international ones. These advantages have created solidarity and commitment among the departments in particular and the whole staff in general. This is the foundation and the drive which have led to recent development and achievements of the museum. In addition to paying attention to the staff mechanism, the officers of the museum always highly appreciate learning and qualification improving. All the museum staffs are graduates and postgraduates who can meet work requirements in research, collecting and displaying to serve visitors well. As of 2010, the museum has had 1 doctor, 8 masters, and more than 80% of the staff officers are university and college graduates. The whole staff is highly qualified in professionalism and specialization. Items for display were accompanied by many certificates of merit awarded by the Minister of Culture, Sports and Tourism, Thanh Nguyen Province and other provinces in mobile exhibitions. Particularly in 2010, the museum was awarded the Labour Order, first class by the party and the state awarded. This has recognized the constant efforts and dedications of various generations of leaders, officials and employees of the museum over the period. Currently, with an organization mechanism of 96 employees, including 2 doctors of philosophy, 8 masters, university and college graduates, the museum has been able to meet the development needs and integration, in particular, and Vietnam cultural sector in general. Vietnam's 54 ethnic groups. Working effectiveness of the research and collecting department is critical to the operation of the museum, as the more diversified and higher quality artifacts are collected, the more precisely and closely the cultural life of Vietnamese ethnic groups is replicated. With an initial staff of just one specialized organization under the Museum Professionalism Department, later the Department of Inventory and Collecting, up to now the Department of Research and Collecting has become an independent unit and of high specialization. Most of the staff is young male officers who have shown passion in work and do not mind difficulties to join in the community life, discover and bring the collecting materials reflecting ethnic identities to the museum for display. Together with the research works, the work of inventory and preservation at the Museum of the Cultures of Vietnam's ethnic groups is a vital step. Only when inventory works are well done can the display items be maintained perpetually. That is the tough task the Department of Inventory and Preservation has been in charge of. Currently, the staff of this department has been approved in both quantity and quality. The department consists of 15 officers, including 1 doctor, 2 masters, 9 bachelors, and 3 technicians. It is divided into 3 groups performing different stages in the item's inventory and preservation process, namely the Scientific Inventory Group, the Item Preservation Group, and the Technical Group. In addition, there is 1 more group under the management of this department, the Museum Library Group. With such a reasonable structure and continuously innovated working methods to be more systematic, the Inventory and Preservation Department has successfully completed the assigned tasks during the construction and development of the museum. Since the item collection and reservation has been done well, enlivening the displayed objects and enabling them to convey their cultural message depend on ingenuity and reasonability in display and propaganda, this is also the issue which has been challenging the Department of Display and Propaganda staff. From the early days of the museum, display and propaganda issues have consistently received much attention. The 2 tasks are also inextricably linked to each other. Currently, the Department of Display and Collecting has 16 officers divided into 2 groups, the Display Group and the Propaganda Group. The staff mostly consists of female artists, designers, architects, and guiders.
Khi vào trong bảo tàng này thì là hướng dẫn viên rất là nhiệt tình, chu đáo.
Upon entering the museum, we find a tour guide very enthusiastic and thoughtful. Besides, the museum has made the display ready to foreign visitors with numerous languages. Currently, there are 3 languages used, including Vietnamese, French, and English, which creates a huge advantage. Visitors may even do a tour without the guidance. Visitors to the museum can feel all the ethnic cultures, and this is also a place to popularize the image of Vietnamese culture to international friends.
Để quảng bá cái văn hóa của Việt Nam đối với các bạn bè trên thế giới.
The reasonable and rigid organization of the museum is attributed to the strengthening leadership from the party committee and board of directors, as well as the promotion of ownership, activeness and creativeness of the staff. It is important to work effectively on political education, raise awareness of the responsibility of each individual. Therefore, each staff person has been dedicated. They always bear in mind that people working in a museum of cultures should foster culture, and building the museum is also to build up the solidarity of ethnic groups and contribute to Vietnam's developed and eternal culture.